in live. Hello, everyone. Always a pleasure to have all of you on board. Today, we're gonna have Anne from Everstake. And please, Anne, introduce yourself to our community to explain who you are, what do you like, why crypto, and everything what you have in mind.
Yes, hello everyone, and thanks for having me here. Today, it's really great pleasure to be here and to tell you more about Avastake and also the services we provide. So, shortly about me. Uh, as you have already introduced me, my name is Anne, and I'm segment lead at Avastake. So, my main duty is to manage a small team of blockchain managers who are kind of ears and eyes of our company because they monitor a certain blockchain for updates, different news, and so on. And what about my personal story and crypto? I have joined crypto and Everstake. First, it was Everstake and then crypto in December 2020. And so my journey lasts till now. And also, it's really great to be here and have an opportunity to represent myself and the company.
That's great. Thank you again for this amazing introduction. That's always a pleasure to have you on board. And again, big up to the Everstake team. You're a really cool guy. I appreciate you. So that's why I'm super happy to present you during this AMA.
Yes, thanks a lot
Um,
for these words.
so could you explain me a bit more about Everstake? Like, what guys do you do in life? Who are you, basically?
Yeah, so back to the story of Everstake. The company has started in 2017, I guess. And
Okay.
first, it was just a development and fintech company. And then in 2018, the company switched to blockchain technologies, and we started to run nodes for I guess, for proof of stake blockchains. And the first were Tezos and EOS, if I'm not mistaken. So it how the journey started. And interesting fact that the company started only with, I guess, 20 people, and now it's about 200 people. So
Oh,
yes, we have uh, a great number of great people in one place that passionate about what they are doing.
that's great. That's great. Actually, you make me think about two small questions. Let's say I'm a person that's follow a bit crypto, that's understand what the price represents, but I have no clue about what is a node.
Mhm.
Mm, in few sentences, could you explain basically me as a retailers, what's a node and how can I be involved in it as an example? If I can, of course.
Mhm. So you have to talk about nodes. So it is a computer that stores the entire history of blockchain. And you as a user or newcomer to crypto can participate. I guess, in two main roles. So you can be as a validator, but it requires much tech knowledge. So if you have no tech background, it would be very hard for you to start this process. And also, you can participate as a staker or delegator, and I guess it's much more easier
Mm.
so for to become a staker or a delegator, you need some tokens of a certain blockchain. Yes, definitely. And for example, if you have ZIL tokens, you can delegate them with a certain validator. And what is great about staking is that your tokens can bring you rewards, and thus you can increase your profit. So it's like
It's not a financial advice, by the way. We are not saying like, guys, come to use our nodes and stake that token. None of this is a financial advice. We just do that as a educational content. But
Yeah.
we have to say that.
Yeah, definitely.
And anyway, you're absolutely right, and that's a great way to earn many rewards with your token. That you are long on it, bullish on it, and that you truly trust the project. And that's a
Mhm.
great way, basically, to accumulate more token. I
Mhm.
personally stake. I will soon have my own nodes. So I'm sorry, the stake. I love your solution. Really, I love your solution. I just want to make my own experiment, and for sure, it's going to be a massive fail. So,
Why so?
so Zilliqa, us as a layer one who is on proof of stake and proof of work, and soon we are aiming to be fully decentralized and only on proof of stake. That's mean basically your company, help us a lot. So again, thanks for all of this, for all the infrastructure to run the nodes, because for many people who doesn't know, trust me, it's super hard. It's require a lot of tech, and when we say a lot of tech, mostly on coding to be sure that everything is well synchronized. But that's great. That's great. I really like your project, and again, thank you.
Yes, and I would add that I would divide the whole job into two parts. It's like hardware and software, and of course, manpower, because without skilled and experienced DevOps or devs, you cannot do anything. So it's
Absolutely
really
agree.
important, right?
Absolutely agree. Hmm. I'm thinking. What kind of question could I ask you that, let's say, a normal investor who will go into your web page, where can he access directly for the stacking, let's say, for delegating his token for the validator of the network?
Yes, absolutely. We have a website, everstate.one, and there we have a dedicated page for each blockchain, and we run maybe 50, around 50 blockchains in mainnet, and
Oh, that's a
some of
lot.
them, yeah, are in testnet phase. And if you go to our website, you can see blog where you can kind of sort the blockchain you want, and all the articles and staking guides will upload, and you can choose what are you interested in. We usually create introduction articles or overview articles to get regular users acquainted with the blockchain. And
Hmm.
then step by step, we create different staking guides to cover the more we can. And also, for now, you cannot directly stake from our website, but it was visiting it, because there you will find a lot of interesting information and useful also information. And one thing to say, it's why to visit website, because there you will find all the official links, because and it's important to pay attention to the domain, because there are a lot of scammers, and they like literally everywhere and trying to scam you and invest all your funds, because they are DMing, sending phishing emails, and so on. And in this case, we've created an article explaining how to be safe in crypto.
That's
And
good.
yes, this article you can also find on our website.
That's good. What I really like is actually the educational part. Teaching people that basically, yeah, you can use crypto, you can do this and this. That's great. But explaining them that it's you still need to be careful every day. Like when you use your money, every day you go in a new country, you try to withdraw some money. Maybe there is some stealer behind you trying to
Mhm.
look at you and, oh, I can steal his money. It's the same in crypto, in fact. The world didn't change. People in crypto still think and have bad behavior. So that's great that you educate people. And thank you for the crypto space. Let's be honest about that. I think every blockchain is thankful for that. The more you educate people about the danger, let's say, the issues that you can face in DeFi and in crypto in general is super important. But
Yes,
of
that's
course,
true.
crypto is super cool to use, guys. You can send money all across the world without paying any fees to your bank. So that's great.
Yes, definitely. And from on the one hand, maybe the validators should take care of educating uh, our potential delegators, or even in general crypto community, because it's super important. Because it's really painful to lose all your funds. Yes, and on the other hand, I like this abbreviation DYOR, that stands for Do Your Own Research. And in this case, I think it's really important to self educate, because the more you know, the less likely is that you will be scammed.
True, true. I absolutely agree. It's funny because even us at Zilliqa, sometimes we teach other team members who joined us and are expert in their field area, but maybe not in, let's say, knowing what to look into a project that could be scammy. And we also do a lot of educational internally. I'm thinking of releasing soon some also video for the community, what to look at which crypto project, where to be careful, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that, as it can be seen as a financial advice without being a financial advice at all. It's only educational content. So, no, I absolutely agree with you. It's super important to be aware of all this. Actually,
Yeah.
we have even some community members that super happy about what you did. So, congratulations again.
Yes, thank you. And talking about where to find information, so there are a lot of influencers on Twitter or any other social media networks, but again, you should really be critical and carefully read all the stuff they read. But also, usually, blockchains and projects create white papers and different light papers and some tokenomics explaining that. But again, it can be a little bit hard to understand all the terminology. So that's why,
True.
again, self-educate yourself, and also maybe try to find some course. I don't know, maybe some provide something like that. So first of all, you have to know the basics, and then you will get to know more with time.
I absolutely agree with you. And I think you mentioned something like self educate yourself. Guys, remember one thing. I'm sorry, it's maybe not directly linked to our AMA, but if someone asks you to pay some content on YouTube to learn and to self educate yourself, there is a 99% of chance you will lose your money. What I'm saying is like knowledge is free. Look a lot on YouTube tutorials, make your own research. Knowledge is for free. And if anyone try to sell you something about getting more knowledge, it's a scam. It's a scam, guys. Get it out. Just ignore him and click on YouTube, look some more videos. And remember, you need to think about yourself first while you self-educate. If you don't understand the world, make some research. All the knowledge is on Google. I mean, I'm not so fan of Google, but thank you, Google.
Yes, but the problem is that people sometimes are too lazy to do all this stuff, and maybe it's easier to listen to someone that can pretend that he knows everything. Yeah, so it can be tricky.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Moving on further. Do you have any question around Zilliqa, or maybe in the chat? I'm checking quickly. There is many question I see that we're gonna answer also. Is there any question linked directly to Everstake? I see. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Or maybe you, Anne. Do you have any question?
Yes, I would like to ask a few questions regarding Zilliqa. So, first of all, I want to congratulate you on the fifth anniversary. And I think it's a really important date. And also, we know that all blockchains are now operating in a highly hyper competitive market. And I would like to ask you, what is your strategy for differentiating yourself maybe from your competitors?
That's a good question, actually, and that's true. Let's say on one hand, all the blockchain are in competition, but on the second hand, we are all like a big family, let's say a big business together. What I mean by that is like, in fact, you can copy and paste, let's say, an application that's working great or a protocol that's working great on Avalanche and copy and paste it on Polygon. And soon you will be able to do that also on Zilliqa. So in fact, let's say the crypto space is in competition while being not really in competition. It's a bit weird universe, but I love it. What will make us, let's say, grow more or attract more users than other blockchain or even make us grow the TVL? What I think is mostly because first, soon we're gonna have the EVM compatibility, which attract a lot of developers once they join a chain. They don't want to learn a new language of coding. Hey
Mhm.
guys, no worries. We understood that. We created the EVM compatibility, and it's still in development right now. I can tell you every day we are testing it. On the second hand, we have the gaming hub that's coming soon. The gaming hub will allow basically anyone who is on the Zilliqa blockchain or even a gamers to play some great game on Zilliqa. And when I say great game, it's mostly fun game where people have a lot of fun, they can enjoy, and
Mhm.
mostly if they are good, they can make some money. It's not a financial advice, but it's in the key of the game. You soon I will release the tokenomics, you will understand more about that. And why Zilliqa will attract a lot of gamers and others? Because we know how to build games. I am a gamer, most of the team members are gamers, we play games every day. And the only stuff we regret into the gaming area is how basically that can bring you money instead of only you wasting money in some skins by basically being able to put it on the blockchain. This will change a lot in the gaming space, I think, in the next few years. And they will all slowly but surely move to blockchain. That's for sure. On the
Yeah.
second hand, we develop a lot our DeFi. And when I say a lot our DeFi is right now we have great people on board that's building more bridge between different blockchain. We're gonna have Polygon, Avalanche, BSC, maybe Solana. I'm not so sure. I cannot reveal it, but maybe we never know. And this basically will allow people who stake, let's say, some Solana, some BNB, some Polygon, to take a loan on Aave as an example, and they want to invest into a new project on Zilliqa, they will be able to bridge their liquidity directly. Also, we are creating soon an hackathon that's actually will be massive because we aim to attract more developers, more builders. We're
Mhm.
already building a lot internally and also externally of Zilliqa, but we want to expand our DeFi ecosystem a lot more. And that's great. That's great because that's mean a lot of new project, a lot of maybe future idea of finance or let's say development, traveling, gaming, everything can be created. And that's cool
Yes,
in the crypto
absolutely.
space that you have no limit about your ideas. And of course, we have a good incubators that bring a lot of good project, and we help them the best way in the tokenomic side, on the marketing way, on basically checking what they want to do. Maybe they cannot explaining the best, but we can
Mhm.
always help them to basically reformulate some stuff and all this.
Yes, it's great to help us and to build, how to say, healthy community and healthy business relationships. And regarding dApps, I have one more question. How can you manage this big amount of dApps? And also, you have Zilhive's incubator, and it's in really fast growing community, and I do understand that it takes a lot of efforts that you put there, and it's interesting how do you choose a direction to develop the ecosystem. It's also interesting
Mm,
to hear.
that's a good question. First of all, you don't sleep. During the night, you don't sleep. You work 23 hours on 24, guys. Let's be honest. Welcome to DeFi. I'm joking.
Yes.
Of course, it's super hard. I have to say, you spend a lot of time with many different people. You try to understand as soon as possible when they speak what is their needs. And if, as an example, me, ecosystem manager, I see that there is a big potential with the gaming area, I always try to redirect them or create another call with directly the gaming team, as an example. Why?
Mhm.
Because I think if there is a big potential for this project, it needs to be known by the whole Zilliqa team, who are specialized in this. On the second hand, that's true. There is a lot of projects, sometimes some scammy also. I need to be honest with you, but on the
Yes.
back scene, I'm blocking a lot of scammy projects. It's not easy, but as soon as you manage to basically know what is a scam project or the others, it's your blockchain. You don't want that people who are using every day your blockchain see many scams. So you try to bring them only good project, good protocol, good DApps. So there is a big filtering in the enter of Zilliqa, let's say. If you want to enter in Zilliqa, you have a project. If I see it's a scam, I will tell you no. Thank you guys. It was a pleasure. But it's a lot of due diligence. And
Yeah.
also, yes, that's true. We are working a lot. Time to time, I'm working during the weekend. But that's my only problem. And regarding only me, it's because I want the best of the best. So that is mostly.
Yeah, that sounds great. And also, so you manage all this rapidly growing community, and it's interesting. How do you work with the community? Because I see on different social media, and it's interesting. How do you involve with them, engage? And also, I see that you have quite popular YouTube channel, and you put also much efforts into it. So, how do you work with the community in general?
That question could be linked to the head of community, but I will still try to answer my best to it. As
Yes.
an example, me, I categorize two type of member of the community. The OG, who is there since the beginning, know everything about Zilliqa, and just want to know where are the things going. And this guy basically, let's say, most of this kind of people ask me directly with private message, "Hey Kevin, long time no see. I like your AMA. Can you tell me more about this?" And most of the time, we take the time to answer them the best way possible. And then you have the newcomers who is, let's say, not so much into Zilliqa, but try to understand it. And this, most of the time, he asks it in the Telegram chat, Discord to know more about Zilliqa. And our main goal is to be linked. Either it can be me, Tom, or other people to the community, but also for the newcomers to be linked also with the other team members, like community manager, or let's say other people who are the head of the ecosystem, trying to bring it up. I'm not sure if I explained it everything well, but in my head it was great.
Yes, and also I must admit that the Zilliqa community is really friendly and extremely supportive,
Absolutely.
and it's really great. And I see that take care of the project's development, and it really inspires you to do more and maybe best. And also, again, I know that it is hard job to gather a community around some influencer or blockchain and build again
Absolutely.
healthy community that you can interact with. And also, I want to back that you have told that for dApps, you have some stages.
Mhm.
How to choose them. Also, we have the same, how to say, scheme or procedure at Everstake. I mean, when we choose the project to join to, we also have different stages. How do we choose it? I would like to tell a little bit about it more.
Sure.
And so the first stage is always about research. So we have a wonderful team or R&D. So the main goal is to understand if the project worth to joining it.
Mhm.
And yeah, they have certain types of criteria, and I think it's again a lot of work to do. Then if the project got approved, we move to another stage, and now it is all about tech stuff. And here we have our experience and really skilled DevOps team that up the node and all the hardware, and also communicate with blockchain teams if they have maybe issues. And also, I would like to say a big thank you to our marketing team because they are also doing a great job. Yes, and all their job is visible on our social media accounts, and it's really great job. And I would like also to mention that for every blockchain, we have a blockchain manager, and it's again important in terms that you can follow a certain blockchain manager and be sure that you will be up to date with the latest news and updates, and also you can interact there and build small community. So it's
Absolutely.
again important.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And I think you mentioned the most important part, like always be linked to your community mostly.
Yes, yes. And our first announcement, I didn't expect when we announced that we joined Zilliqa, and I didn't expect that we would have so many likes and comments and congratulations. And it's really amazing. I like it, really.
Thank you, the community, guys. You're amazing.
Yes, and again, back to the projects, as there are a lot of different projects in Zilliqa ecosystem. And I would like to ask you what projects on Zilliqa excite you the most, and what updates maybe we should wait for in the future, in the
That's a good
nearest future.
question. That's a good question. I'm honestly looking forward for many projects on Zilliqa. The first one I will notice about is the NFT project, who is Cat Hulu on Zilliqa. It's, I met the guy, the developer. I have to admit, he impressed me. And at the same time, he tried to create something for the community that look like an OpenSea for NFT. It's already available. You can check online. He created all this by himself. He's the greatest example of what is really blockchain, because this person came to me, said, okay, I created all this, it's working. Many people list their NFT of Zilliqa on this platform. What do you think about it? And I told him, that's amazing what you did. It's great. And this, as an example, is a project that I wasn't involved in, but I see the potential of it. And I'm really looking forward for the future of his development on it. On the second side, I will say Web3 War, our first game where I created the tokenomics. I'm really looking forward to see how many people will play the game, how many people will enjoy playing it, and how it will be in the future. I'm sure that a lot of people will love it for many reasons. And on the second hand, I'm sure that many people will start to go like on CSGO. I mean by that, starting to accumulate the skins in order to trade it, to create some volume. So that's great. But on the second hand, to be a real collectioner. And when I mean collectioner, that's mean trying to collect every skin. What can I say around Web3 War that is not already revealed? I will say the tokenomic of Web3 War will be linked to ZIL, of course, and also with a new token, but also linked to ZIL. Soon it will be available online because I saw some question about it. So soon it will be available online. For another question about the console, because Zilliqa will launch their own console.
Nice.
This I cannot really disclose more about it because I'm not directly on this project, but there is many questions from the community around this. The beta, if I'm not wrong, will happen soon. For Web3 War, we are looking for October or November, if I remember. I need to dig more about that. I need to talk more about the team. But yes, we soon gonna open a beta. People will be able to test it, to enjoy it, to tell us their feedback. And guys, if I were you and you are not sure if you want to participate in the beta, trust me, do it. It will worth it. There will be some stuff. Cannot say more about that, but yeah, do it. Do it. It's free anyway. It's free. It cannot be a financial advice, but it's free. Do it. You will have some cool stuff coming.
Yes, that's great.
Try to not reveal anything.
I'm personally not much into gaming, but I may say that my husband is interested in it.
Okay.
So he plays from time to time. So it's really interesting. And one more question regarding the bear market. We are all in now, and for the last few years, you have already overcome two bear markets. And could you give us three, of course, non-financial pieces of advice how to survive
Survive the
this period?
bear.
Yes, this is the exact word describing all the feelings, and also staying the unique project and still interesting and developing, of course.
That's a massive and good question. It's definitely not the easiest to answer, and to not make it as a financial advice. How do I survive many bear markets? Personally, me, I sold quite a long time ago. I already rebought. I already lost again some money. I prefer to disclose everything with you guys. I'm not the best trader. I'm always losing money on trading. How to survive it? I will say the easiest and safest way will be to delegate some coins that you already bought or own into the validators to basically get some not free reward, but let's say some reward about that. Second, depending on the market trend, me personally, when I see that the stuff is not so cool, you see the Web3, not Web3 war, but World War 3 may be coming soon. We are not sure about everything what will happen on the macro environment. You check the SEC, what they're saying. Let's say you don't feel good. So me personally, I started to short the market. I shorted the Bitcoin personally. But it's not like I go on a centralized exchange and I open a short. What I do is I borrow, I deposit some Bitcoin and I borrow some Bitcoin against it. And then what did I do is I put it as a yield farm. That generates some revenue. In fact, if I lose some money, but then I lost some money. If I win some money, I'm happy I made some money. It's not a financial advice. Don't short the market. Don't long the market also. Check for yourself. Check for new project to invest in. There is always many new projects coming for every next bull run. Just make your due diligence. Be aware of what's going on the market, and also be aware of what's going on outside, because many people who are in crypto doesn't realize what's going on in the real world. And this is the most important for me. Like, guys, please, sometime go outside, check what's going on. Simply open your window. Oh, hey, it's not going so well, so maybe the market will not go so well. And most of the time, it's linked together. So if you want to survive the bear market, check some new project, make a lot of research. All the content are for free always. All the advice you can hear, rethink about that. Some can be good, some can be really bad. So be careful, guys. No worries. It's only will last until 2024 if everything keep the same way we are. If not, it will be a bit more longer. But so far, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. So optimistic, really.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna drop so hard in terms of price, in terms of macro environment, except if really it start to degenerate in the rest of the world, which I really don't want to. But so far now, I'm optimistic. I think right now we are at a level where it start to be really interesting for the future.
Yes.
I mean, I bought my first Bitcoin at $23, and now when I see it
Really?
at which the price, yeah. So that's why I'm not worried. For me, the future will always be bright.
Cool. So optimistic, yes, it's great. And also, I thought about one more opportunity is that maybe users and everyone who is interested in is to attend different conferences. They are like all over the world. So you can be in Asia and still find some interesting conferences, or in Europe or in America.
Absolutely.
A lot of different conferences. And also, I would like to ask you whether you have your own event or something like that.
Of Zilliqa, you mean, or directly me personally, like if I'm going to different event? So for Zilliqa, we had our Metapolis launch event in Miami. We go to different events also. Like the last one I gone was the Switzerland Crypto Swiss conference in Switzerland.
Mhm.
It's always great. If you see me at one day at any conference, guys, feel free to come to tell me, hey, what's up? Do you want a coffee? Yeah, sure. And I will invite you to a coffee. But what I want to mean is, yes, you can see us to a lot of conferences. There is most of the time one or two team members, so you can easily reach us. It's always important to know what's happening on the market to make
Yes.
some networking. It's really important. The networking in crypto is really valuable because by the networking, you learn more what's going on.
Yes.
And I will say, yeah, guys, literally do it. Go to many crypto conference. Target the free one, not the. If it's not by spending 2,000 on one crypto conference, you will learn all the alpha. Trust me, you will lose your money. Mostly try to go with some communities. As an example, there will be the NFT Paris week soon in
Mhm.
March. I will be there. So, guys, if you are in this event, please feel free to reach me. Let's have a beer or a coffee together or a tea if you want. It's always cool.
Yes, it's interesting, and also it's interesting how COVID-19 has changed this conference
Absolutely
party.
agree.
Yes,
Absolutely
and
agree.
also if you have no, how to say, physical opportunity to attend this event, there are a lot of online events, and you can still find a lot of interesting information and also some interesting projects to follow. So it's really
True.
exciting, and this world is really open and you can join whenever you want. Really, it's
Absolutely
great.
agree. Actually, you got a fair point. I remember in 2017 or 2015 when there was some Bitcoin conference, Ethereum conference, it was mostly developers in this kind of
Yes.
conferences. It was also VCs, it was hedge fund, like trying to learn what's going on. And they were asking the devs some question. Nowadays, I will say it's completely different. It's not so much devs in conferences, but mostly people who want to learn, who want to understand what's behind this project. And honestly, it's not bad at all. It's kinda cool actually to have many people asking good questions because you see that people are more interested. And let's say in 2015 or 2017, you had like maximum 70 attendees during an event.
Mhm.
Nowadays, you check an event, we are 4,000. In
Absolutely.
2025, we're gonna be, I don't know, maybe 6,000, maybe more. So, guys, it's incredible how fast and how
Yeah.
the community is growing in different events. And please,
Yes.
again, if you see us in an event, come, we are cool.
Yeah, and it's always can be pity when you cannot attend all the events you want. Yes, because there are so much in parallel, and you
True.
cannot join to every, and it's really interesting. So
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Especially in Europe, I think Europe right now is growing so many good events around crypto. We had the Ethereum Berlin, Ethereum Lisbon. We had the Avalanche Summit in Lisbon. We had many crypto conferences in London also. In Paris right now, Paris shocked me how growing for the crypto it is. I mean, that's crazy. And I'm from France, but I didn't know that since I moved. So that's kind of crazy for that. So yeah,
yeah.
there is always a crypto conference around your home. Check it out. Sometimes it can be cool, sometimes a waste of time, but check it out.
Yes, yes. You never know when you even didn't try to do so. So
Exactly.
yes, it's important.
Absolutely agree. On one hand, sorry, I wanted to add. Also on crypto conferences, you will see that sometimes it's not the ones that's where you see all the biggest attendee like Stani from Aave, CZ from Binance. If they are
Mhm.
not present to the conference, it's all good. You don't have to go where they are in the biggest conferences. The stuff is go in small conferences because you will learn most of the alpha and most of the times are free. Sometimes it can be organized into a bar where people share a beer all together. Go there, talk with people, you will see it's cool. And now we don't have the COVID anymore, so it's even better. We can finally go
Yeah,
outside.
absolutely.
Mm, Any question from the community? Choo, choo, choo. No, where is the beta? No, not so much. I didn't check on Twitter, unfortunately. I didn't have the time. Do you have any question for me, Anne, personally?
I guess so far no questions. I guess you have everything here discussed. Maybe you have.
For me, I'm simply thinking about nodes. Like right now, we came from, in 10 years, a consensus of proof of work to proof of stake. What will be the future? Maybe there will be a proof of something else that will consume even less energy, or maybe even be more different. I was thinking, what's your vision about the future around this?
Oh, actually, I think crypto is so unpredictable, actually, because
True.
everyone, last week, everyone is anticipating the merge. And finally, it happened. But to make it happen, to make it real and work, it takes years,
Yeah,
yes, to achieve it. And it's really great event, and so much effort were put there. And also, it's interesting for me. You have mentioned about that when blockchains transfer to proof of stake, they consume less energy, and it's super because. We have global climate change, and maybe it would help us in some way to minimize the effect of proof of work. And also interesting that more projects start to talk about women in different projects, and we also have a lot of different influencers, and in different how to say projects. NFT, it can be NFT, it can be something for devs, it can also be something for community managing, and it's also great. So blockchain, it's like interesting society, like as a whole new world, and we build it, and it's amazing in my opinion.
absolutely agree with you on everything what you said. I absolutely agree with you. All
Yes.
I wanted to add just a little joke, but that's a good thing also that Ethereum moved to proof of stake for the climate change, but also because right now the electricity will cost so much in Europe and the rest of the world that guys, finally it's not so bad.
We feel you. Yes, in every part of the world, actually. Yes, yes, it is reality we live in, and maybe in this term we have to look for different eco initiatives, and to look for some maybe eco-friendly how to say, for example, solar systems or kind of that. Yes, but for this also you have to have some expertise here, and yeah, to have some knowledge to develop these technologies. Yes.
Absolutely agree.
Yes,
Absolutely agree.
so people, yeah, it's important. We have talked a lot about knowledge, and it's really important. And with knowledge, you have you all doors, I guess, are opened, and you can just enter into
Yeah,
it.
absolutely true. Knowledge is the key of everything anyway. That's the main true. If you don't have the knowledge to fix a bubble of electricity or fix a car, you cannot drive after that. So of course, no one should have all the knowledge, and we never ask anyone to know everything about, let's say, crypto or how does it work in the between, but just to self-educate a bit about what is really this, what is a node, as an example, as we explained it before, what is a blockchain, how the proof of stake is working. All this is super important, I think, for anyone. And of course, knowledge is the key. Absolutely agree.
Yes, and that's interesting that blockchain technologies gradually appearing in our lives. So,
Mhm.
for example, we can pay for our coffee in some shops that accept crypto, and it's like very interesting because a few people kind of know about that, and they are really surprised when you can do so. And also, it is in art because we are talking about NFT, and it is again our daily life. And it's quite interesting. And maybe later we have in media in different formats. We can just imagine and hope that someone will make our dreams come true.
Oh, it will come. That's for sure. I mean, one of the last conference I had, you needed to pay in crypto to get the NFTs that allow you to enter the conferences
Oh,
instead of having a ticket. And that's
yes.
super smart. That was super smartly done. Why? Because in fact, imagine I go to any conference I paid by fiat or by my credit card.
Yes.
In fact, it doesn't need to be me who go to these conferences. I can give this
Mhm.
to anyone. But once it's an NFT, airdrop it to your wallet. You don't want to give
Mhm.
your wallet to anyone to have access to this.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
that's a good way, basically, to prevent any scams or any fake IDs and all this. And also, you mentioned art, but yeah, I think the NFTs have a big potential for the art. Maybe the technology needs some improvements for fully, let's say, be integrated with art, but I see where we are going, and I'm quite sure we are going in the right way.
Yes, and in terms of art, it's also interesting to follow artificial intelligence and maybe blockchain technologies and how can they combine. And in fact, you even, for example, you it is not necessarily you need to have education or master or something like that. You can create it like on your laptop, and it is still interesting and you still are creator. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's
Absolutely agree. I think you resume everything what I wanted to say and in a super right way. So well done again.
yes, thank you. Thank you. It's really interesting conversation.
um, I will check quickly the chat if we have any question. Will the esport team partnership with Zilliqa, such as NIP and IQ, be involved in Web3 war? Good question. I'm working with them, not directly on the game himself, but they will have some, let's say, at one moment, some link with the game. You will see. Many more information will come in the future. I don't want to disclose this because, first of all, I'm not in the right to disclose it, but no worries, you will hear about it soon. And when I say soon, it's really soon. And then they plan to get rid of 14 days and stake it rule. Is it for me or you for the question of Larry Scott?
And one more time, could you read it?
So what? Wait, I will put it on the screen for us.
Is there any plans to get rid of 15 days unstaked rule? So I guess it's how the blockchain works. So I guess
Absolutely agree.
yeah, you cannot just it's because the architecture of the blockchain. So it is like a secure measurement. So unfortunately, for now, I guess Zilliqa don't have this option. Doesn't have this option.
Absolutely agree. People have a lot of issue to understand for the unstaking period of time. Let's say the vesting lock. Simply, in one hand, I will take the proof of stake, who is a great example. But let's say right now, if you stake your Ethereum on let's say Ethereum, of course. What I want to mean by that is you cannot unstake it immediately. Even right now, we are in proof of stake, and the merge happen. You still cannot unstake your Ethereum you staked.
Mhm.
And the day when it will be released, so in 7 months, you will not be able to unstake immediately your Ethereum. Why? Because if everybody unstake their Ethereum, there is no more Ethereum to validate all the transaction. Basically, enough Ethereum owned by the validators to facilitate the transaction. On the second hand, it's block basically the whales who could manipulate this to lower the security of the full network. So that's why most of the, let's say, big blockchain let this 14 days of unstacking period.
Yes, and some of the blockchains have even more
Yeah,
data
some
transfers. Yeah.
absolutely agree. Um, Shall we end the AMA? It was a good AMA. I really liked it. We had a great talk. Thank you for every community members who joined us. It was always a pleasure to answer your question, to see that you are always present. Thank you for all of you. And I will say to Everstake, see you soon again. For sure, we're gonna have many discussion again together. Always a pleasure to have you on board. Thank you, Anne, for being in this AMA. And guys,
Yes.
I wish you a lovely and great day.
Yes, thank you very much. Cheers.